Hi, it's Dr. Chelle. After you have created your class, Prodigy is doing a much better job in being accessible to teachers. So you can look on here and get answers to questions. I'm just going to kind of take you through the dashboard and things that you need to do. So right now, we're not quite complete yet. We do have our students, they haven't played anything, but they can have their parents connect. I want to really first take you to the planner. And the planner is what is fantastic because you will be able to align this math program that your kids are going to be excited to play, most of them, to what you're teaching in class. So I'm going to click Create Alignment. Then three options come up. I can either do a quiz where it's a set number of questions, and I can give them which standards I want the kids to work on and decide from there. So basically, you would either do it as a pre-test or a post-test or both for that piece. Otherwise, you can have them work on a particular standard and they'll just keep getting questions over and over. This is the second choice, addressing that one standard. So it's not a collection of standards, it's just until the students have mastered the skill. And then if you have students who are going to be taking standardized tests, the test prep brings in specific skills related to whichever tests they're taking. In this case, I'm going to just do plans, align them to a standard. Actually, I'll do the first one so that we can see how you can pick different standards. Then we'll hit continue. Note, remember in another video, I showed you that the class I created was 7th grade, so it defaults to the 7th grade material. If you're a person who does spiraling and sequencing, it's not that you can't go back to another grade level and do that, but it is important to make sure you address what your kids need. I will say one thing for the most part is they do keep the skills, mostly because it's alphabetical, but relatively aligned in that sense in terms of order. So I'm going to go to maybe 5th grade. I'll sneak in a couple decimals to reinforce skills. And maybe I might have 4 questions related to that. And then I can pick other standards. Notice that all I did was hit the back button and pick out whichever ones I want. If I click here, I can get an idea of what the questions are. And then again, I can decide how many questions I want them to do. And then I'll hit next. You can even assign it to particular students. So for example, if you look at the data and you see that certain students are really struggling with a particular standard, you can give it to just them. I'm just going to call this decimals etc. And then I'll hit next. And then you pick the dates that you want to give it. So today's the 18th, so maybe I'll give my kids from the 19th and then the 22nd to make it a homework assignment they have to do. And then I create it, and now it's live. Now, it used to be you could only do one assignment. We're talking years and years ago, but now you can create multiple assignments. So again, I would just go to create, decide what they want to do. I'll show you an example of the second one, which is aligning to a standard. Here, again, you just pick the 1 or 2 standards you really want them to circle on, click next, and now you can notice there's no longer a specific number of questions to answer. It's just going to keep going on and on and on. The last opportunity that you can do is, I'm going to hit cancel, is, like I said, preparing them for the state test. I also like to do it for a diagnostic. You would just click that bottom one and then find our state, which is Georgia. And then they do have some milestones. That's new. So they must have added some milestones for the standardized tests for there. And then you can hit next, pick your starting dates and your ending dates. Wow, I don't think they had Georgia recently. So it says in order for the kids to complete the test prep, it takes about 100 minutes. So for me to give them 8 days, 100 minutes divided by 8 is roughly 15 minutes a day, give or take. And then it would just be got it. All right, this is Dr. Chelle. Ciao.